Bruh, we need to talk about this chapter, man. We need to talk about this fucking chapter. Horikoshi, you madman. I should have known we was about to get into some brutal shit after last week's chapter. I mean, I called it last week. They were gonna kill the fucking dog, and I can't deal, man. Where's Baba Yaga when you need him? Shigaraki didn't even realize what he had did until he opened his eyes and saw Mon-chan lying on the floor covered in blood. Like, holy shit, man. Horikoshi was on a warpath with this chapter, man. And then this bitch Hana comes to apologize when she's like one of the main reasons why he becomes a villain in the first place. Tenko, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Even though I was the one who said it was our secret, I'm sorry. The most painful part is that Tenko is trying to speak and yell for help, but nothing's coming out. My voice won't work. Itchy. Hana-chan, I'm itchy. You came to apologize, right? Hey. Then this time you have to protect me. Now, I've had a situation like that happen to me numerous times where I was literally shouting for help and nothing was coming out. But that was in a dream. This is reality. This isn't a dream. Hana finally looks up at Tenko to see what's wrong, and she finally sees Mon-chan's dead corpse and runs away screaming. At that moment, he still has his innocence, despite accidentally killing his best friend. Tenko is mentally screaming for help, and as soon as he grabs Hana and she starts to decay, which she deserves it anyways, so I can't complain. I thought we were being attacked by a terrible villain. I thought both Mon-chan and Hana-chan crumbled away because of a villain. At this time, I still had no idea. He is literally tearing up because he doesn't even realize he's the one killing him yet. Hana's death was pretty damn brutal, man. Like, the panel shows her whole body disintegrate. At one point, it looks like her hair is the only thing that remains, besides the hand. Tenko's really terrified by what he's witnessing. Like, imagine seeing some shit like that at 5 years old. You'd be traumatized for life. He tried to blame it on the villain, but deep down inside, he knew exactly what he was doing. Then the rest of his family comes out to see two dead bodies and Tenko crying and throwing up. He takes one glance at them and starts to wonder why did they defend his father? Why every time he beats me, they tell him don't cry afterwards. But by then he reached his limit and unleashed a deadly move and killed everyone. For some reason, it looked like he was trying to save his mom. If he was, then I understand. She was like the only one that loved him despite everything happening. And you can see it looks like the mother was trying to save him as well from becoming something created from his father's sins, and she probably thinks he's about to die. And finally, the man himself, the piece of shit father, comes outside to see something horrible. Everyone he loves dead, except his son Tenko. He recalls what his mother Nana said, live a happy life full of smiles from now on. But it was the complete opposite. He lived a life of anger and despair. Tenko first calls for help from his dad, but soon it turns into rage. Now, his father, instead of trying to confront his son and apologize to him and promise that he'll show him the real meaning of being a hero, he grabs a spear. Or maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe Tenko threw it to him so that he can justify killing him. His father is screaming for him to stop, but all he could think about was all the times he had beaten him for wanting to be a hero, and all he saw was red. With a purposeful killing intent, I touched my father. Oh, let's do that again. With a purposeful killing intent, I touched my father, and the most pleasant feeling spread through my body. Somewhere deep within my heart, I had always wished something like this would happen. The itch finally went away. That was my that was my attempt at Shigaraki's voice in the dub, so I apologize for that. He was screaming, die, 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 the whole time when he grabbed his father's face. For some reason, I think he might have let his whole I think he might have let his whole family live. Keyword, might. I think he would have let them live, but I think he still would have bodied them regardless. And thus the decay begins, and the chapter ends. Round of applause for Horikoshi, man, for having the balls to switch things up and not focusing on the main characters like most shonen. I mean, Hunter x Hunter did it as well with the York New arc, but Gon and them was still in it, so you can kind of count that, but at the same time, you can't. Like, well, you get what I'm talking about. And I can't wait to see how Shigaraki was living on the street, homeless and stuff, until All For One saved him. Like, at this point, I don't even care about Redestro, man. I just want to stay in Shigaraki's backstory. I don't even care about, like, all the fights, all the firefight that's about to happen. Like, I don't even care about that. I just want to stay in Shigaraki's backstory. Like, you really have no choice but to feel sorry for Tenko for killing his family. But, at the same time, you gotta root for him because of all the pain he went through. His whole life he wanted to be a hero, but his father would beat him every time he said it, to the point where he says, fuck it, and goes full villain mode. Once again, the parallels between Deku and Shigaraki are crazy. Deku's mother never told him as a boy that despite being quirkless, he could still be a hero. Thank you, All Might, for saying that to our favorite green-haired boy. Just thank you for that. You saved him, and he saved you. Just wanted to get that out of the way. And Shigaraki's mother told him that he could be a hero despite not having his quirk developed yet and getting beat by his father. Both were influenced and saved by their predecessors, All Might and All For One. I might have to take my theory back about him and Deku talking to each other in the end, at the end of the story, or that Shigaraki will change from villain to hero. But you never know. That new My Hero movie is supposed to show us what one of the endings was supposed to be. Anyway, that's all I have for you, my fellow heroes and villains. Let me know what y'all think about the chapter. Detroit, smash that like button, comment, share, subscribe, and remember, go beyond Los Ultra. And another thing, while you're here, why don't you go check out my All Might video that I just recently dropped earlier today. I really love that video, and I think you would too. So if you love the #1 hero, you'll definitely watch that video. And remember, go beyond Plus Ultra.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love